Alright, hello. I am having Bluetooth issues galore. Hopefully this stream will work. Hopefully you'll be able to hear. Right, I want to try Reaper again. Okay, am I hopefully not muted? It looks like I have audio and OBS. Hopefully we're all good. One heck of a day today. I'm gonna hope that Capture doesn't crash my PC. So, drafts. I need to find some drafts. We chart versus Combito. And they should be drafting any moment now. Hello, 11. Oh, those are some emotes. How are you doing? Animated emotes. Great. So, my camera keeps turning slightly. Time I turn it over. I can see the corner of my monitor. Right. So I've had a heck of a time dealing with Bluetooth issues. Oh my gosh. I think they're on their civs. Run with the dogs? I like runs. I wish my knees did. And my ankles did. Alright, so we will have Northern Crossings as game 1, Slopes for chart, and Too Low for Combito. You know, chart usually spells his name with a lowercase c, so I'll just do that. Lowercase c chart. Emphasize that everywhere. And hello, Smelly Crocs on the YouTube chat. How are you doing? I need to go put timestamps on my other stream from earlier today. If you can't tell, I'm disheveled because I've been underneath my desk trying to debug while my headphones will not connect to Windows 11. And this is annoying. Very much annoying. My device manager open. I can show you. Oh my gosh, that is bright. I can show you all of my device manager. You're ready to be blinded. Why? I deleted my headphones. I had 32 entries for them, or actually 37 entries for them. And now I'm deleting. There's a whole bunch of repeated entries from my Bluetooth devices. And I'm trying to delete my old headphones so I can connect my new headphones. Probably have more virtual devices here. Like, why is this duplicated? Every time. Bluetooth peripheral device, what the heck is this? And I can't even like shift click them and bulk delete. I have to delete them one at a time. So yeah, that's my project, to try to reconnect my headphones. If anyone out there is an expert at Windows and debugging Bluetooth, I could use some assistance. This is nightmarish. I have to, and every time I delete it, the menu has to reload, and I have to scroll through the menu again to find the thing I'm doing. And then, yeah, here are my actual settings. I don't know, the internet recommended. I've never seen this menu before. The internet recommended restarting Bluetooth things here, and restarting them. Description. Ooh, description's nice. Audio gateway wall. I don't need hands-free stuff. Bluetooth service. Installation and removal of Bluetooth devices. Discovery and association of remote Bluetooth devices. And when I go to my settings page, again, I try to remove a device, it tells me removing failed after a while. I'm like, what is this, Windows? How do you fail at removing a device? The device is off. There's nothing using it. Or remove failed. How do you... What even is that? Alt F4. Remove the stuff. And the thing is, I can't use my headphones now, which means I can't actually hear anything. Or co-cast with anyone. My PC speaker is accepting audio. I can input audio just fine, but I can't actually receive output. And it's actually silly, but I don't actually have a wired headset. haven't seen a problem. It's like I've had to reinstall my Bluetooth drivers every time I've set up Windows. I have literally, I cannot connect to Bluetooth because the dongle I have for the USB bit for connecting to Bluetooth devices is out of my PC. There is no way that it's, like, how the heck would it even have a handle on the device? So Bluetooth, Windows. This should be simple, Windows. This should be simple. And this all happened because Capture Age ate my VRAM and crashed my PC earlier today. And why is it that Capture Age eats my VRAM, crashes my PC, and now my Bluetooth and my headphones don't work? These are the problems you have as a streamer. And oh my gosh, this is amazing what I have to go through. I appreciate people watching, but I was supposed to co-cast with someone tomorrow, and now I might not be able to because Capture Age ate my VRAM, and my Bluetooth doesn't connect, so I can't use my headphones. That's an incredible bug. Thank you, Hawk in brackets. I don't know what to say. A single Bluetooth use is a headphone amp for my wired soundproof IEM headphones, so I can use them to listen to AU2 while we're working and stuff. I'm at least happy that my mouse has its own Razer connection thing. As far as I know, none of the Bose headsets do. They're all Bluetooth. And I wish I had some non-Bluetooth connection. So, yeah. Unless there's a way I could connect my laptop and do a call through that. I have to have a call on Friday, too. I mean, I can use my phone. That's not going to be streamed, but still, I'd rather not have to do that. If anyone has Bluetooth suggestions in the chat, I am all ears. All ears, at least I would be if I could hear them. I still have my speakers, but like I can't use my speakers while I'm playing the game and casting, because then the microphone will pick them up. I guess I could create... That's going to be horribly out of sync, though. But I guess I could create 2 Discord accounts, be on one on my laptop, listen on that one, and be muted, while talk on my desktop, and then just have my headphones plugged in, like connected to my laptop. Yeah, that's gonna have to be what I do if I'm gonna get through the co-cast tomorrow and I can't fix this. I'm hoping going through that menu and deleting every single entry will fix it. But this is getting beyond my ability to fix. Bluetooth shouldn't be this hard. So anyway, let's see this draft. Northern Crossings, Chinese and the Maya, probably not the civs for this map. Burgundians, Georgians, Sicilians, Lithuanians, could see any of them for Combito. Britons, Maya, Khmer, Portuguese, Inca for chart. I think this has to be the Portuguese. Don't see any other civ being used here. Am I able to update my headphones firmware? I might be able to. To be fair, I haven't updated anything about these headphones in years. But I also have my Bluetooth, I also have earbuds. I have a backup. The earbuds can't connect either, and these are far more modern. Oh, okay, now I was going to co-cast with Jade Arrow Gamer. He wanted to do this for a while. He says, I'm also having tech issues with my microphone, so I'm like, okay. If you're having tech issues too, we can solve the tech issues and do this another time. I still need to solve this, so that takes the pressure off of needing to solve it overnight. At least I can stream. One of you can talk and the other can listen. That's beautiful. The firmware is a good suggestion though. I like that suggestion. These headphones, I got them in, it was either 2017, like end of 2017 or early 2018. I'm guessing end of 2017, so they're about 9 years old, and they're only Bluetooth 4 and not Bluetooth 5, so that might also be an issue. But anyway, let's pay attention to the game. This is not the ranked ladder. I need to turn my what was that off? TTL Silver. That logo is on. I don't know what state OBS was in. This is the best of 3. It is TTL Silver. Let's see if Capture Age updates my text box. Yes, it does. Hello, Jacob. How are you doing? So we shall have a back dock for Combito. Look at those beautiful, lovely fish for Combito. And Chart down here will be charting the waters with his transport. He will be the green Portuguese. So Georgians versus Portuguese. Make sure my YouTube video isn't scrolling all over to the point where I see it. Just had some paschetti. I think you mean spaghetti. I think you mean the spaghetti as in the issue I'm having with Bluetooth, or as in AoE2 coding. I'm having a good heaping helping of spaghetti right this moment. We'll see if we have some spaghetti pathfinding this game, because it can be a bit awkward. You cannot wall on the rock terrain, but if you really do want to wall off the shallows, you can do a dock on each side and then wall along the coastline between the docks. Are we watching live? We are watching live. Indeed, indeed. Very, very live. So you have the transport ship, you have the shallows, you have a hut to support your transport's population, and everything else you could possibly want. Aside from maybe the ability to wall easily, because 4 docks for walling when you start the transport ship is not going to be worth it. Is this the TTL map scripter guy? It is. Did anything break today? I've heard Target didn't like the Ibex positions he had, but they're usually always bad on this map. I gotta go old school style and push them around the forests. I feel like you've seen it too recently. You've probably seen Northern Isles. Probably haven't seen the Crossings version in a while. It is the most standard of the maps, and it was originally an Empire Wars map. One of the Empire Wars maps that I think adjusted most well to RM. I'm kind of scared to see what becomes of it after the water patch is released. On Aqua Arena. Oh, you mean on Coast Arena? Yeah, all the stone in the middle was on one side. I don't think that's really an issue, though, because it is the middle stone. I don't think it affected the game at all, because he was trapped in space. That's more of a flavor question, if you're okay with stuff like that happening, or if you want to force there always to be stone that's spread out. Which, I don't know. I feel like the ability to have the randomness like that is good, and it's on you to scout it and adapt to it. As remember, Arena used to have golds and stones in the back of your base, so I wouldn't necessarily call that a bug. You know, enclosed. That's one of my least favorite maps. I hate enclosed. Fuelage on the way for both Chart and for Combito. And 5-second difference in the uptiming there. Chart up just a bit faster, but that's what you expect as the Portuguese. Because of their team bonus, 25% faster. And researches, Loom is 25 seconds, so 25% of 25 is... Well, 20% of 25 is 5, so just a little more than 5. Actually, have to go out for gold makes it annoying to play. I don't know how to describe Enclosed. I've just never liked playing it. I've played a couple team games where you go flank and you go double range skirms with Byzantines, and that seems to work out pretty well. I guess you do that with Korea and Fire Lancers now. I've never played Trade Nothing. Force Nothing I love. Regular, unnatural shapes. This map is pretty regular. So, Market Blacksmith and FC for Combito, who did go for the back dock and the fish boom. We will, however, have a forward dock from Chart. Chart moving to disrupt the fish boom, brings a transport ship to double check and ensure there are still fish there. And with only one dock, Combito might struggle to defend this. If you go 2 docks, you can, at the very least, outproduce the forward, but Chart's going all in for the forward double dock. Okay, now is it here? Okay, let's try this. Can you... We're back. Alright. Unmuted. Okay, the problem is then, that might impact the Discord calls. Windows 11 audio issues. Capture eating my VRAM. Both of them annoying. So, Fire Galley raids from Chart. Let's go Chart, let's go OS, hello Von Dutch. Fires into the back on the fishing ships. Fishing ships going down, running away. Fires can't quite get a chase on them. Lots of very low HP fishing ships, none of them quite being finished off though. We'll have War Galley off the back of the fast castle from Combito. And a demo comes in, demo looking for the weak fish. Maybe you're looking for the fires before they turn into fire ships. Will the demo land in time? 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's there. My thoughts on the new water patch, i.e. demos? I don't understand the water patch at all. I read through the patch notes earlier today on stream. Demos shouldn't be weakened at all. I don't like that. I think after casting Thalasoxy, I thought about it some more, and I think the water patch is a strict downgrade. I don't like it at all. So fire ships on the way for Combito. And that fire galley is being repaired by the villager. How is blue down 8 villagers? -7 fishing ships because of the double forward dock from Chart. Chart, who still is feudal, and also because Chart is feudal, has not stopped TC production. So Combito now will do a forward fortified church. And if you're Chart, how do you stop this? I don't think you do. I think you just have to run and hope that you can Vil fight Palisade Wall. If anything, you'd want to chop the trees out so you could get a better Vil fight. That's not going to happen. They got so many feedbacks that demos should be upgraded, same as other boats, but they didn't care. They were, as far as I can tell, not responsive to the feedback at all. So I don't know if like they ran out of budget and just couldn't hire people to continue working on the updates after Thalassocracy. I know the Capture Age team had a good bit of layoffs. You can look at their website. It said their employees went from like 40 to 50 down to like 30 to 35. So I know they've been hit quite harshly by layoffs over the summer. I don't know about the rest of the teams, but that was honestly the state of the demos. I'm not looking forward to all the TTL water maps after the demo update. Maybe we'll have to hope they're just played by land maps like this. It's a good thing we took the crossings versions and not the non-crossing version, so we probably at least get more land gameplay. So Siege Workshop can't be much more in your face than this. I'd actually be kind of worried though, the way he placed that mangonel. I think the mangonel is trapped. between the house and the blacksmith. So there's no room to micro that mangonel. If I'm Chart, I'm waiting for Combito to make another mangonel. And then once he's got 2 or 3 in a spot where he can't micro them, then I'd fight. So it's stuck there. I think this is an opportunity for Chart to do some type of masterpiece. On the water, he did eventually lose to the fire ships, but with 7 sinkings of the fishing ships. I almost said kills, but I guess you're not killing the ship, you're sinking them. He has done the eco damage he wanted to. And now, though, on the receiving end, as the fire ships sail around the island from Combito and get all the way to the back. And here's the defensive workshop. We don't see a second mangonel on the way, just one. And against only one mangonel, Chart hasn't really felt the need to repair yet. Understand why Civ's unique units don't get demos, but also the Dravidians get demos despite having the Thericidai. I guess maybe the Thericidai isn't available until Imp and other ships are available earlier, so they gave him demos. That's my thoughts. I don't really understand it at all. It's like they tried to do a big change, but it feels like they kind of ran out of budget and couldn't afford to do as big of a change as they wanted and settled for what they ended up with. Here comes another demo going for the fire, and the fire goes down. And all the fire is cleared from Combito, so Chart amassing fire ships in the docks and pumping them out. Finally getting a good fight on the water. And at the same time, it looks like he did clear the mangonel where there was some deleted house or destroyed house. Oh, that house doesn't free any future mangonels. The next mangonel from Combito came from the back. So mangonel fight here looks like it was one from Chart at the same time as he went for the fight on the water. And good thing to fight in 2 places at once. Try to make your opponent react in 2 places at once. Try to make your caster cast 3 places at once, as you're also adding in TCs on both sides. There's still fires fighting on the water along with some demos. And down here, mangonel, where'd that come from Chart, ran pretty far forward to try to hit the one from Combito, but will dodge right back into the shot. Did anyone play Dravidians? I mean, no one made demos during Thalassocracy because they were so useless. And fire ship goes down. Fire ship goes down. I honestly feel bad for the tournament hosts who had to run that on the beta. If they had run that tournament with stuff like Aqua Arena, maybe a few other custom maps on the water balance we have now, I think people probably would have enjoyed it more. And the fire ship goes down. Fire ship goes down, Vills weren't there to repair, and lots of very low HP fires for Chart, which can be a problem because he doesn't have a repair Vill forward anymore. Doesn't have a repair Vill forward, but Combito will have to micro to focus the low HP fires, and his attention might be forward with those mangonels attacking the house. Water Arena is probably the only good map with the new Water Arena is by far my favorite map. Houses being hit by the mangonel, and we'll have a watchtower coming up for Chart as a monk here wants a conversion, charges the conversion on the Vill, swaps to the scout, then turns around as the scout comes forward and kills the opposing scout, and mangonels go down. A couple of weak mangonels. There needs to be a repair Vill. I don't see one for the moment. No repair Vill for Combito, but the weak mangonels will move forward. Double monastery defense from Chart. And a monk defense against the Georgians can be good because they do not have atonement like the Portuguese do. They won't be able to convert enemy monks. So, poor mangonels going for the monastery. It's definitely not an issue of code accessibility. Nice shot on the mangonels. I've literally had calls with people about fixing issues recently. It's more about the fact it's one closed source, so you really have to be paid as a developer actually to make efficient changes. But for years, of course, we just had Scripter doing EXE patches, which were, I think, it calls them, it falls short to say that they were far higher quality than DE's patches. I can't give enough praise to how well done the user patch was. And Mangonel's double kill. And Chart losing the Mangonel war, but with 3 TCs to 2, he does have a slight Vil lead. More res collected for Combito. And I'm still looking for that monk. To get any type of monk upgrade other than Sanctity, there is Redemption. With Redemption, he can try to convert a Mangonel. Combito going all in for the monk push. And gets a conversion on the Mangonel. The other 2 Mangonels run into the TC. One goes down, and all of a sudden the Mangonels are cleared. A bit of lag during that. Also had a dev message me about that, asking why I had those waiting for player messages, and they didn't know either. All devs for the Conquerors? The Matt Pritchard worked on AoE 1 DE, not for AoE 2. Beyond that, I don't think anyone would still be working on it. Mangonel hits the house as the monk comes forward for a conversion. Must take the relic home and retreat. That's an option, but Redemption monks now have stopped this push. And, oh, he's going for the workshop. Going for a conversion on the workshop. The Mangonel trying to defend. Remember, you can't swap from the building to the Mangonel anymore. So the other monk will have to try for the conversion. In the back. Couple of docks out there. Demo, and a couple of fishing ships, and a fire out for Chart. And another TC coming up on the stone here for Combito. As this dock here will be fired down. Well, my only worry about the catapult ships is that they're not locked behind chemistry. And it was one thing to have a couple of civs have the Droman and have the instant cannon galleon upon hitting it. I'm worried about that becoming a standard thing. I liked a while ago when they removed the separate cannon galleon tech. But I think I would like maybe the catapult ship to have been instead like captured cannon galleons and just give them cannon galleons. It's not locked behind chemistry. It's not a gunpowder unit. Why would it be locked behind chemistry? I mean, maybe I'm wrong about that, and it is, but I don't know why a Mangonel would be locked behind chemistry. Just like the traction trebs, they're not locked behind chemistry, even though they're basically a bombard cannon. Yeah, so green, 0 farms. Now he's got 5 farms. Still has 7 fishing ships, but yeah, you can tell the idle time is accruing for Chart because of the lack of farms. Do Georgians have more HP on fires? The Portuguese do, the Georgians don't. Georgian fire HP is normal. The Portuguese have the 10% ship HP for all their ships. So in a straight-up fight, the Portuguese ships, you expect them to win. Fire now being repaired by Combito. See some fire ships popping out for Gart. Vil repairing. If a demo here would be great. See if we can get one out. We'll have wheelbarrow for Combito. So Combito's on 3 TCs. He's booming away. And actually has more Vils than Chart. Chart managed to do a defensive castle. Mangonel against the workshop. But Chart down by 2k res collected. All of that idle time from the idle TCs. Wasn't having any farms. Wasn't having any farming eco. Relic heist? Relic heist? Oh, where's the relic heist? Oh, there we are. There we are. The relic being pulled back. So 2 relics per player island, 1 in the middle. And we're seeing the usefulness of those shallows as they cross back and forth. Fishing ships going down as the fires come forward, and fishing ships dead. And the Mangonels escorting the monk with the relic. What a protective force. I'm sure that monk is not worried about being attack grounded at all. There's also no church in the back, so that relic can't even be placed anywhere. He's just gonna have to hold on to it for a while. Does spawn towers perform well versus ships? I've never actually seen that. It probably does. Plus 2 attack, pass-through damage. That sounds pretty good. And those vills being forced back by the fires. What did he want with those vills? No one going to the middle yet. Substantially weaker than the cannon galleon. I feel that would be a fair trade-off. I mean, it would have to be substantially weaker than the droman, because I feel that against buildings, the droman is weaker than the cannon galleon. But you really need elite cannon galleon to be effective against buildings. But it's simply the timing aspect of it. I mean, maybe that's just, I'm a bit biased from having watched Sudden Disaster and a lot of games on water where sudden dromans matter for destroying TCs. But I think that the droman is a much better unit overall than the cannon galleon, simply because of the timing. And okay, double mangonel ready to deny the castle. He deletes the foundation. He says, nope, I'm getting out of here. Not being hit by those mangonels, and we'll have a defensive castle for Combito. Combito up to imp first, and Chart trying to do some damage, but with Combito up to imp first, that will be a Treb fight that Chart will assuredly lose. And the Georgians, do they have bombard cannon? No, but they have cannon galleon. So they have cannon galleons, so they could do chemistry. Dromans have an anti-unit focus that they don't? Not really. Oh gosh, deleted to prevent the monk conversions. Not really. They're not nearly as strong as mangonels are against units inland, and I don't think that they actually have an effective anti-unit focus. I've seen enough games where I don't feel like they actually provide support versus land units very well. Can they be more effective than cannon galleon? Sure, but that still doesn't mean that they are effective. So one demo in the dock that's almost destroyed, chases the fires, gets two of them. Nice demo hit, but Chart, I think, still falling behind. Imperial Age on the way as Chart still 2.5 minutes off, and this is now Combito's opportunity to take the water back. Stop streaming, get rid of the tucks. In the meanwhile, I did manage to do some shoulder exercises. I installed a new cabinet door in the kitchen, ate dinner, and I called the insurance to finish scheduling the repair of my car. Thankfully, my neighbor's insurance was easy to work with, but there Combito does pull off the victory. Chart resigning, faced with the inevitability of defeat after the difference in imp timing, would lose that Treb war, lose the castle, and also has already lost the water, would simply continue to lose it more. So well done there for Combito, getting a game 1 victory. Pretty similar timings, but used the crossings and got that forward fortified church. Did a ton of damage in the Mangonel War. And well done. So we will leave this game from the game and make sure that I do indeed run ad between the games. The maps, that's Northern Crossings, a win for Combito. What are his stats? Win for the Georgians, loss for the Portuguese. But Maya Britain's Civ picks for Chart. I hope I get to see those Civs. Those are crazy. Yeah, that's the thing. I doubt there will be an elite upgrade for the catapult ship, because I doubt they would make the graphics for it. Right? All the unique stuff has graphics now. So it makes it harder. So hopefully the audio issue I had went away. Well, Sam, man, I don't know what you're writing. Why did I wear a tuxedo earlier? Because we finished the sub goal. We hit 200 subs. That was just a fun goal for the month while we were casting Red Bull. Hello, Wolf. So serious? I'm gonna wait for the ad to end, and then we'll talk to the chat. 21 seconds of an ad. And slopes. Slopes, I hope, will be fine. Because we fixed it. Because we fixed slopes. Fixed the fish trap and the unbalanced golds and stones. Alright, so here we are on slopes. And let me respond to the chat. Such a late stream? Well, they scheduled the set, so we're casting it. And Sandman wanted to wear a tux earlier in case this was during the ad, because we hit a sub goal. I had just for the month did something fun. Wear a tux at 200 subs and we hit it. And did a map have a bug? Nope, no bugs so far tonight. No bugs so far tonight. And back now. I forget what your chat said. We are indeed waiting on stats to judge it properly, though. You can only hypothesize on it.
Shot it.
So, Borat lured in from chart using the Maya. The Maya and the Chinese. I'm happy to see a classic Civ matchup. Less happy that it involves Fire Lancers, but happy to see it nevertheless. Who wins in a giant brawl between Eagles and Fire Lancers? Fire Lancers, and it's not even close. Alright, some laming going on immediately from chart, killing a pig, and he will fight off the scout. Remember, the Dark Age Eagle does win the fight in the Dark Age against the scout, and stealing a pig, one pig killed. And maybe Combito kills that just to prevent chart from having it. Ooh, gets poked again by the eagle. Fire Lancers, and it is a joke. And oh, what is that? Wait a minute. Why is there? Okay, you put the lumber camp in the back. That scared me for a second. I was like, did the eagle one hit a lumber camp? You don't like the laming? This is a map where laming's fair game. Your resources are pushed to the back on it. So if you get lamed, it's your own fault for not scouting. Yeah, the players are talented, but there's still jank happening. Yep. Still some jank. House for chart. What happened to version 1? Version 1, there was... the golds are supposed to be 4 tiles, and the stones are 3 tiles. Each player has 1 gold and 1 stone, and it can be randomized. The gold can be over here and the stone down there. I edited a previous version of the map, and I bugged it a bit, where the north and the south, regardless of whether they were gold or stone, had 3 tiles, and east and west were 4 tiles, so I fixed that. And there was also, you could see for 1 minute, the graphics of a dead fish trap in the middle of the ponds as it disappeared, and I removed that. It did not used to be that they were alternating, no. The map itself rotated 90 degrees, but the gold and the stone always were in fixed locations, so I made it a bit more random. I felt adding some more randomness to the map was cool and good. So Ibex here pushed in. A player can have 1 more tree in his base? Zato, you don't want to know. I think I just used Trezini's old straggler trees from this for this map. You don't want to know what I did for straggler trees on Hidden Cup Islands to get the straggler trees balanced per player in case someone wanted to go for some sneaky straggler tree build. I did some hacks to get them balanced. Don't get me started. Was there a map where if you had gold on one side, you knew your opponent had their stone on that side, and vice versa? There probably have been lots of maps like that. So both players up to the feudal age at just about the same time. If I find something else unbalanced, don't worry. Give me the bug report as fast as possible so I can fix it before Platinum starts. Ibex being pushed in. I do kind of worry a bit about the Ibex positions on Northern Crossings, the map we just saw. But at the same time, I'm using basically the positions that have been used for many tournaments in the past. And I haven't seen any huge issues before. But it's one of those things I have my eyes on. Am I scared of Nikon? No, I know where he lives right now. So if he ever has a problem, I can go deal with him. So, feudal age on the way for chart.
Shot it.
And barracks coming up here. Give it to Trzini. No, not Trzini has enough to do with Redville, I'm sure. So barracks at the front there for Chart, and not going to be going for any type of early drush, which you could as the Maya. I did see one attempt at a Phosphoro build on this map. Part of me was hoping Chart would do an old drush FC plumes, but not going to be the case here. More standard, just a range follow-up in feudal. Not going to be a double barracks eagle play either, just a range. And meanwhile, somewhat late barracks also for Combito, actually finishing the barracks after he hit feudal. And he will just be walling up. If the Chinese get to fire lancers, I'm not really sure what the Maya do. I guess the answer would be large enough numbers of crossbows, maybe plumes to deal with them. In Hidden Cup 5 slopes, this was the case. In Hidden Cup 5 slopes, it was always the golds, or it was always the golds in the corners and the stones in the north and south. They were always fixed positions. That's what I changed. I changed, and so it's random now. You didn't need to scout anything there. It was always the same. So a couple of eagles forward for Chart. And farms being placed around Combito's TC. As he is going pretty heavy for a farm eco without horse collar. And there's the ranged skirmishers on the way. And thank you, Dave's JP, for the follow.
Shot it.
And the archers move forward to attack the spear. Spear will run back. In the south we have a scout, 5 HP, still wandering around, blacksmith going up for Chart. And some vills taking the berries for Chart. Have a vill walling up the side. Which TTL map would work best as a sudden disaster map? I think Coast Arena would be interesting for people transporting around the back to go for a petard snipe on the TC with a transport. You get someone all invested in playing Arena at the front, going for a Trebor, and then in come the petards from the back. I think that'd be great. Any plans to put more res on the sides? Feels kind of underwhelming together. This is kind of how the map always has been. We already changed it from the ibexes to the hares, so that you don't push everything in right at the start. But for now, I've been happy with the games we've seen on it. That Stark Bad Koala game was amazing.
Shot it.
So lots of walling from Combito. Keeps the eagles and the archers away. And we'll have a few archers more for Chart. So Chart so far giving us the dreaded single-minded avoidance of Maya skirms. As they're good early castle TC spots. I have seen lots of players TCing out here. We have seen feudal mills. Maybe it's a good thing that you have options both to go out there and also to not to go out there and try to stay safe. So a bunch of feudal eagles for Chart. There's one thing he wants is to keep them alive until the castle age so he can get +3 attack on them. Yeah, so here's Chart moving out. I'm pretty sure players will, unless they're doing some laming, try to push the ibex from each side in the Dark Age. I actually wouldn't be surprised if you have perhaps the Mongols on this map, if you TC the Hunt in the Shorefish. But probably other more Mongol-specific maps if you ever do get to draft them. Seems to like skirm, so a 6-ish skirm defense.
Shot it.
Feels risky if the Eagles were ever to do the armor upgrade and run in, but probably unlikely for that in Feudal. He has a great wall going up in his base, and he's prepared to camp the front of the TC with the skirms. He seems to like skirms, who doesn't? Doesn't everyone love skirms these days? They are the best unit. Or maybe second best to Fire Lancers. Leave one tile of unbuilt Chart. No, Chart got that. He didn't leave one tile of unbuilt wall there. He's fine. He's not unwalled. Eagles and archers, so not going any skirms. And Combito has to be careful he doesn't get overwhelmed by numbers. Chart's just about to go up, but Combito will be slightly faster. We see that Chinese economy paying off, but the Maya able to keep pace fairly well, about 500 res difference. And Castle Age now for Combito. Yeah, unfortunately though, the Great Wall tech... Oh wait, does that actually apply to Palisades? I never thought about that. I thought it was stone walls only, but it says walls, 30% more HP. Maybe it does apply to Palisades. I never thought about doing Great Wall for a stronger Palisades. But with double markets, maybe it should apply to markets. Combito trying to keep this as walled as he possibly can. Not as good as the Kuman Palisade, but remember the Bloodless, Kuman Palisades are the team bonus. You could have the Chinese and Kuman player on the same team. And so far so good for the extra greedy defense. Not investing too much into skirms. Didn't have to use the market to click up. Clicked up cleanly. And we'll now add the extra barracks. So if Chart had any doubt that Combito was going to go Fire Lancers, let that doubt be removed. And it will be double barracks Lancers at the start. Plus Maya for cheap, unkillable walls. Oh, you're right. These two should work together. Gold mining and Castle Age both on the way for Chart. Make team walls, not war. So these skirms have to be careful now. Eagles, once they hit Castle Age, they get a free boost of +3 attack. And Combito does not want to be caught out of position. He is doing Bodkin, so far not investing for Elite Skirm. Might need Elite Skirm against the Maya. Feels like it'll be Eagle Crossbow against Fire Lancer Skirm. And Chart could go Maya Skirm instead of Crossbow, but then won't be able to deal with the Fire Lancers all that well. Here, at least if he has a good massive crossbow, he's forcing Combito to invest into skirms, and Combito going forward. TC in the middle. Not going to risk venturing to the sides, and same thing for Chart. Took the chickens or the hares on one side, and we'll come back to his own base for the TC on the back wood line. Not gonna leave farming space, but that's okay. I always gotta put that 3-tile gap on the edge of the map for your farms near your TCs. What does deal with Fire Lancers now? We've seen champions do that. We've seen Jaguar Warriors deal with them. Now, in isolation, not with everything else the Koreans were doing those Red Bull mirrors, but this is the Chinese, not the Koreans. Army composition a bit different.
Shot it. Shot it.
Crossbows and eagles all coming forward. Would plumes work? Plumes would be great, but then you have to deal with the skirms. Between hares and hares, they're the same. There is no difference.
Shot it.
Yeah, hares itself though usually you don't say it with an S on the end, though. You can if you're talking about individual strands of hair, but if you're talking about hair as a whole, it's without an S. How do people understand which one I'm talking about? Context. It's based on the context. There are a few things like that. Or quite a few things like that in English, where it's very context-based. Yeah, like Volt says, like, I cut my hair, or you got a haircut, refers to all of the individual strands of hair. English is so easy it becomes complicated. The great thing about English is you can mess up, and it's okay, because there's a lot of freedom in how you speak it. At least that's compared to my experiences speaking German, which is far more rigid. I think that's one of the things that makes English both easy and difficult. that there are so many oddities in it that you can mess up and people will still understand you. Yeah, that's a good joke. Look at the hair on my head, and then there's a rabbit. And then there are your errors, which is pronounced slightly differently because the H is silent. So Fire Lancers come forward, they will force the Eagles back. Mangonel, Crossbow Eagle. Can the Mangonels land shots on the Fire Lancers? That's the thing about Fire Lancers. With 65 HP, they actually can tank a Mangonel shot. So if they want to charge down the Mangonels, they can do so quite well. And Rocket Cart and Mangonel exchanging volleys. Yeah, I guess rabbits and hares technically might be different animals, but I don't know what the difference is. And on the outside, third TC for Chart. He did venture to the outside. All 3 TCs for Combito are in the middle, which does make me worry. One great castle drop right here, hitting all the TCs. Oh, that'd be sick. But 10 bills on stone. It looks like Combito might be the one himself who gets the castle up first. Rather, hair is plural in this context. Yeah. Mangonel attacking. The Rocket Cart gets a nice shot. Little bit of a hill here for the Mangonel to retreat to. And 3 Mangonels. But I think Chart's experiencing what I experienced. That the more Mangonels you have, it actually gets riskier because then you have to micro more of them. In some ways, I feel that there is this point where having more Mangonels actually makes it worse because you're going to make more mistakes microing. Nice Mangonel shot on the skirms. Let's go. Chart also clears the Rocket Cart. And all of a sudden, now it's 3 Mangonels to 2 Rocket Carts. The skirms have to fall back. Okay, there. Oh, that was so good until now his Eagles and his Mangonel go down. But he also gets the Rocket Cart, gets some revenge. And now that TC... As the Rocket Cart has to dodge. The Repair Bill gets hit. The Mangonel goes down. Ooh, Chart almost had pressure there. Almost. Needs to have enough Eagles to hit the Rocket Carts, but it's hard with the Fire Lancers there. Score is high for Chart. He's actually down in res collected. Odd to have such a high score. Is that just scouting? Not really. Actually, what's the score? It's just slightly higher in all categories. It's not like one thing he's doing better. On Siege Tower and his dream is over. Yeah, that's true. Still good to snipe the Mangonels. I guess you could say the same thing, though, going the other way. 1 Siege Tower for Chart with a few Eagles in it. And snipe the Rocket Carts. He is scared if it's allowed or not. Yeah, it is allowed, but it's actually if you do Squires, and especially as the Chinese, who have the Fire Lancers that move faster, it's actually slower when you put 5 Lancers in it. It goes at 1.05 speed, and a longsword with Squires is 1.06 movement speed. So hopefully that reduces the usage of them in the infantry wars. Well, we have the TC on the way for Chart. Or I mean, Imp on the way for Chart in this northern TC. Puts it pretty far away, but don't think there's a risk of it going down. And he will be Imp first, so ready to engage with Trebs. Up a minute faster than Combito. Neither of these civs have Bombard Cannon. There is Siege Engineers. Is there for either? Nope, no Siege Engineers, no Bombard Cannon. So both are just Siege Ram Treb civs. Can be sometimes hard to push with them if you're not able to get to the Rams. What is this box formation? Look at how spread those units are around the Rocket Carts. Oh, look at that. Is that a spread formation? No, it has to be a box formation because the Fire Lancers are split. Oh, I'm in awe of this majesty. Look at that. That is amazing. is indeed a box. Hey, this feels like an AI army here, the way it's moving. This is like that AI walking across the map in a campaign to attack you. It is beautiful. He's slowly walking over to deal with the crossbows. Let's see if a rocket cart can land a shot. No, the rocket cart gets the shot landed on it from the crossbows. And a couple of mangonels coming over from charge. He's down in Vills, but feels like he has a good timing and good control of the hill, where he can harass this back wood line. I don't know what unit composition the Maya do against Fire Lancers now, though. Not sure at all. I think it has to be plumes of some nature. So if you're charged here, and Combito comes forward with a bunch of Fire Lancers, what do you do to protect the Treb? Will crossbows be numerous enough to do that? Aren't the arbalests enough? Maybe they are. I guess the skirms wouldn't combo with the Fire Lancers for sniping Trebs. Maybe the answer is you need to wall the Treb. Here it's crossbow against skirm. Allow the chat message. Is a knight to counter pikes? Knights do counter pikes in early Castle Age. I do agree with Hera there. For the most part. So chemistry arb. So it will just be arb defense. Nice to get the arbs bracers already in. Missing the armories, but with 3 ranges here, Maya with their cheap arbs should have enough production to protect the Trebs. I don't see many Fire Lancers out just yet for Combito. And rocket cart goes down to the arbs. Now that we have Imperial Age arbs, the rocket carts will be weaker, and I don't think heavy rocket cart comes into play, but that is kind of cheap for the Chinese looking at that cost. So like 700 wood, 500 gold. It's not the most expensive thing in the world, and it would be great against the Maya. Do generic Fire Lancers beat Eldorado Eagles? Here we see some Fire Lancers losing to Arbs. I don't know. Would be interesting to see that. So, Eagle Warrior on the way. The Chinese Fire Lancers will be fully upgraded. Their only bonus, though, is that they move faster. So, probably not as impactful as the Koreans' discount or the Jurchen's attack speed or the Vietnamese HP. This is, I guess, as generic as you can get for Fire Lancers. And Arbs and Skirms will clear each other down, basically. And Arbs didn't have their armor because we are getting an Elite Eagle swap. However, will we have Eldorado in time? That is expensive. But with the forward castles, winning the Treb War may be affordable. I had to worry about Combito with this other castle after another Treb fight. The Eldorado Eagles compared to the Chinese Fire Lancers. Let's see, they will at least... Against the Castle Age Fire Lancer, yes, 100 HP against 65 I think will win, no doubt. But if you upgrade to Elite Fire Lancer, then I have worries. And what does Elite Fire Lancer cost? That is much cheaper than Eldorado Eagle, especially for the Chinese, oh gosh. Then I worry a bit more. And yeah, he is amassing Trebs. He has 3 of them. Is 3 enough? That castle's on a hill, and I don't think 3 is enough yet. You usually don't want to have to defend with Trebs, but that will be what has to happen. And now we have plate mail armor and Eldorado from chart. So if you want to see the Eagles are coming. And that'll be fully armored and HP'd Eagles. They still need the attack upgrades. But against the Skirms and even under castle fires, they'll feel free to run around. Oh, I love this, I love this. He sees this castle was going to be on a hill, so he's moving his Trebs to the outside. He has outposts all across the outside, so his vision is great. And he'll go atop the hill to besiege the castle with the hill bonus. But his Trebs need to be defended. Great outposts. Seeing the Eagles and knowing he has to bring the Trebs back. Immediately he does forging and plate mail armor, and he's queuing Elite Fire Lancers. So our Fire Lancer is the option here. And Gabby, hello Gabby.
Tabish. Ashike.
Yeah, those outposts were great. And now Chart, it's his turn to move the Trebs forward. Not taking the hill, but with 4 Trebs, should still do some good damage to that castle. Masonry's in for Combito. And the Eagles will be doing some damage to the Skirms and the Fire Lancers. Eagles destroying the Trebs. Destroying the Trebs. Here come the Fire Lancers. And they are elite. So 10 attack, what are the Eagles? And he's going to call GG to 9 of elite Eagle Warriors. So there's the GG. Well, let's maybe check the stats real quick. We didn't really get a good fight between these. Let's just check them. So that's 85 hit points compared to 100. Feels like he should have done champ still? Maybe.
Ashike.
And then, so that's 85 hit points to 100. They have the charge attack.
Tabish.
They're much slower than the Eagle Warriors, even with their movement speed bonus. So 1.43 compared to 1.06 there. I think the Chinese still were lacking Squires. Yeah, still could have been a bit faster with Squires, but Eagles will be faster. Eagles have more Pierce armor. Elite Fire Lancer, more melee armor and more attack. Let's see, what's their attack speed? That's attack reload time of 2. Attack reload time of 2. So even Eldorado Eagles, I think the Elite Fire Lancers still win this fight. Not as clearly as Champions would, but I think the Fire Lancers would still win that. The difference would be if you have a bunch of Arbs in the back, the Arbs would do more damage to the Fire Lancers than to the Eagles. And let's check the stats then. And what are the stats here? We'll have military 92 to 50 KD for Chart. And better eco for Combito, even by the end. That Chinese eco is a sight to behold. But not quite having the timing, not the smoothness of the Maya. Maya these days still are a good civ. But I think they have tricky matchups. But here Chart did well to avoid the brunt of the Fire Lancers into Eagles. Watching me read the chat, figure out if I should reply to the shenanigans. Okay, let me just do an ad between the games again. And so what do we have here? I forgot to do the scoreboard between the games. It's 1-1. And we will have Chart did win Slopes. His Maya pick paid off for him. Winning with the Maya, Combito loses with his first pick to Chinese, and the last pick will be Tulo, Regicide Tulo. And we need to get to the next match. Gonna be so lost, I still don't know the Chinese civs tech trees. I still don't either. All I know is that the Wei have crazy units. And let me find the dashboard. And there we are, Regicide Tulo. Wolf, Gabby's married to Tomate. She is married. Both getting it very wrong. Anyway, we will have Tulo, the Regicide map, and I'm interested to see the civ picks for this one, because Regicide starts you with 0 gold, and you may need to Vil fight in the middle right away without Loom. So here we are, and we have queens this game. We have a 50-50 chance of a queen on the map, 50-50 chance king or queen. They behave exactly the same way. And immediate dock for Combito in the middle, sending the queen just to supervise, make sure things are done right. And Chart will scout with his queen too. So the queen's scouting. We'll have Chart to the north, and Britons for Chart versus the Burgundians for Combito. I've not seen Britons on this map yet. Interesting civ pick. You do have a lot of water buffalo, and you gather from them quickly at the start. And early dock for Combito. Early double bit axe, too, for the Burgundians. Thank you, Leg Colas Roxanne, for the follow.
Si. Grayton. Mandatum. Bonjour.
Queen's on both sides doing some scouting. Oh, what is this? Chart. With the scout, has he found the queen? The queen's faster in the Dark Age, so it won't matter. She'll run away. And the other queen is found by Combito's scout.
Grayton.
Gonna run back to the tower. So on this map, all of the stone is on the outside. All of the stone's on the outside, so to get it, you have to chop through 2 trees. They have 200 wood each. It can take a while to chop through.
Bonjour.
And we'll have some trees chopping on the outside for Combito. Both players with a lumber camp in the back, but only Combito goes for the early dock. Early dock for the fishing ships, great for Burgundians if they have double bit axe in the Dark Age and will chop a bunch of wood more quickly. And also they'll chop to the outside more quickly with double bit axe. Hadn't thought about that yet on this map, but yeah, that's true. The old Celts for Chaos Pit idea that you chop through faster. Yeah, don't use the Maya for this map. You'll take forever to chop through. The map where you don't want to play the Maya. Get the fish border mod. They're box turtles. You don't like that I have to double click them to see it? I guess that's true. I should probably use that. And then you have people like 11 who don't like seeing it clutter up the map when we look at things. There are pros and cons.
Ready.
So, anyway, faster feudal for Chart. And as the Britons, what is he going to do?
Ready.
Remember, again, you don't start with any gold. You have to mine the gold. And you can only do 1 TC on Regicide unless you use the market or chop out, because you need 200 stone for 2 TCs, and you start with only 150 on Regicide. So it's like old Regicide Fortress, where you had to long distance mine 50 stone, but there's no stone available for you to mine. Hello, Mr. Whitebeard, how are you doing?
Si.
Going well, always fun to have some AoE2 to cast. If you're here at the start, you heard me complaining that I'm having some Bluetooth issues and cannot actually get my headphones to connect to my PC right now. But other than that, it's going pretty well. Is the new patch active? Nope, that will be active when the DLC arrives, so we do not have Hulks for TTL. I am scared that this map becomes pure Hulk and no more demos when the DLC arrives, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Use in-game small trees. Those are pretty much the same as the small trees mod on the mod center, but has been updated more. I took those files and made my own small trees so the bushes aren't smaller. Oh, wait, what is this? What is this? Oh no, feudal age for Chart, feudal age for Chart. Chart saying, please, the queen is faster than the scout, or no, the scout is faster than the queen in the feudal age. And seeing the scout from Combito come away, she will run away. She will run away. Oh, Combito. If only Chart had done several scouts. Almost gets the snipe. But Combito will come back. We did see a Treb shot kill a queen earlier. I think that was Goku. 15% chance that the Treb shot is accurate and hit the queen. That was amazing. We've seen that a couple times on this map. I know Viper lost a king on this map to a Treb shot before. I remember Mihai ran his king into Gabby's castle when we had Regicide Fortress. So some houses and walls going up for Chart, walling to the edge. Last time we used this in Stronghold Frenzy, there was a chance your base actually spawned on the wood line at the start, so I changed that so you have to wall. Hello, flying steaks. And Scout here for chart, trying to be annoying on the fish. That is a lot of fish. That's 7 fishing ships. I've never seen someone invest so much into the fishing ships on this map. Archer's on the way for chart, but they'll be too slow to stop the fishing, and we already have a huge res collected lead for Combito. Fire attacking the Scout. Pretty sure that's an overinvestment? I don't know. I like it. Imagine gill nets were researched in the feudal age. So I think you get that in age early.
Yay.
And crossbow on the way for chart. What's he doing? He is sneaking around. So chart is sneaking around with the crossbowman. This is not fully walled. Wait just a minute. He doesn't see the blacksmith in the market. Will the blacksmith in the market see him? There's no town watch here. And he is invisible so far. His vision, he sees the blacksmith. Will he be seen? He walks into the vision just briefly, and Combito sees it. He's going for the houses. He needs to get some HP on them. He gets a stone wall up. And I think that's enough. Ooh, only 73 HP on the house. If these were Saracen crossbows, this would be a problem. Another crossbow on the way. And what military building is here for Combito? A barracks? That's not going to stop this. Does he need to tower this right away? He has the stone to do so. Oh, he's on the outside already. He's on the outside. He needs to run to the outside and stone wall. Siege workshop. Remember, these are Britain crossbows with extra range, so even though Bodkin's not in, they can still shoot the vills from pretty far. And he will get a house. Combito not targeting there properly, but it's pretty fast we have to react there. A chart has not gotten to the outside yet. But he will TC the wall in the middle. Nice cheaper TCs for the Britons. Shooting over the wood line with Briton archers feels pretty crazy on this map. Oh, hello, Harry T. Yeah, I'd run to the outside and stonewall that gap. Oh, actually, what he needs to do now, what Combito needs to do. Or wait, just let them break in, have the gap stonewalled, and at the same time, you send a Vill around the back, wall this off, and then the crossbows are trapped against the mangonel. Well, that's a good mangonel shot to begin with against the Britons of all civs, who, if they have Bodkin, do outrange the mangonel. The mangonel will push the deer outside the walls and try to chase the crossbows and the Scout. TC up there for chart. And now the crossbows can harass the fishing ships. But look at that, 1k res collected ahead for Combito with those fishing ships. And I think the stock paid off. And that paid off really well. This map's going to be crazy for how players get creative with using Dark Age bonuses. Here we're seeing the wood bonus as another mangonel shot comes in against a couple more crossbows. Though Dark Age double bit axe for the Burgundians, along with their good dock. We've also seen the Aztecs used for the 50 gold they have to drush and do 2 militia in the Dark Age before Vills have loom. And we'll have a TC coming up for Combito.
Yay.
As crossbows come forward.
Bonjour.
Chart, and the Vills will garrison. Feudal Age Bowsaw into fishing was better than I thought. Yeah, Feudal Age Bowsaw too, right? That's going to help you chop out. You know, compounding the eco upgrades. Ooh, laming the water buffalo. The lamer chart. 2 dead buffaloes. At least they're by the TC and they still have food on them. So not too big of an issue. But remember when they didn't have food on them? Would have been sick to lame like that. Well, Combito's taking some buffaloes from the opposite side of the map anyway. We'll have a mining camp up. So not a TC, a mining camp. For chart. Well, I guess he doesn't have the stone for the TC yet. I was going to say Britain's with the cheaper TCs, but I need to remember. It's regicide resources. Any more sets to cast after this? Not after this, but tomorrow we have 6 sets of Gold League, starting early in the day. Next time I see Britons. Yeah, same. The Britons are fallen off Britons have fallen off in popularity for 1v1s. But they're still good on some situations, usually though on the closed maps, like Arena.
Ready.
Even in Stronghold Frenzy though, I didn't see him too often. Oops, I did drop a couple of frames right now, so my internet might be acting up.
Yay.
Ooh, Mangonel hits the crossbows. Crossbows have to dodge a Mangonel shot, but they get splattered. Let me double check. Okay, things are hopefully good now. I dropped a couple of frames. We've had some pretty bad weather around here the past few days, so it doesn't surprise me my internet quality is dropping.
Mandatum.
Crossbows hitting the Mangonel as they're forced back. Is this the map where Aztecs are busted? Kind of, kind of. Just a few drops of snow.
Vosotros? Sí.
Crossbows hitting the Vil. Vil is dying. And crossbows start coming around to the back. Mangonels versus crossbows can be frustrating, but looks like it's going good for Combi so far. Well, I think... or Combito. For now, I think Chart needs to do Bodkin if he's going to be using the crossbows effectively. He has the resources for it. Not sure exactly what he's saving for. Maybe it's one of those things you forget if you're playing Britons because the range feels like what you're used to. But the crossbows, not... They've been dying to Mangonels so much. At this point, though, he's just down by 20 Vils. Yeah, no Bodkin. Hello, Simple Jack over on YouTube. Oh wow, we're getting 71 YouTube viewers out of nowhere.
Mandatum.
And Bodkin arrow on the way for Chart. What is this scout doing? Yeah, it just makes them less than generic. There we go, Bodkin finally in. Still needs ballistics, but the crossbows will try to run around the outside. Now the crossbow should be able to deal with the Mangonel. Handcart in for Chart. Wheelbarrow just coming in now for Combito. And split on the crossbows, nicely done. And picks off the monk. Picks off the crossbow, and crossbows will dodge. Yeah, I think it would be nice for the Britons, even if their team bonus still stays at 10%, to themselves get an extra bonus on top of that, so they get back to their 20%. And crossbow chasing a Vil. Still no ballistics, so the crossbows can't hit anything. The scout will run down the side. And go past a few houses. We'll have handcart on the way for Combito as the scout tries to hit the house. And crossbows taking another Mangonel hit. Chart, I don't know what it is this game, but his crossbows have not felt like Briton crossbows against those Mangonels. Handcart on the way now for Combito, and the scores are still close, but the res collected are not. That's 2k more for Combito. There's no thumb ring for the Britons, Harry T. You know that, Harry T. You've played Stone Nothing enough to know about all the stats. Crossbows hitting the Vils on the wall. And Vil goes down. Harry's never gonna forget about that Stone Nothing game. That free-for-all. I won just in the nick of time. Who needs Bodkin when you have Eco? Well, it'd be nice to have Bodkin and Eco. Because right now, it looks like Chart has neither. Yeoman got a slight cost reduction. We would see Britons a lot more. Probably. We have Imperial Age on the way for Chart. Looks like Twitch will autoplay an ad in 3 minutes, so apologies for that. A couple of archery ranges coming up for Combito. And on the side, we will have the TC for Chart. I mean, these The Combito outposts, same thing from last game, are crazy with all the vision he has. Look at everything he sees. Does he have town patrol? No, just town watch. But he sees the entire map of the outposts. Outposts in charts eco. Outposts, I've been seeing them used more nowadays than I've ever seen in the past.
Si.
Greeting.
Chart doesn't see the Vil behind the TC. Should probably garrison that.
Mandatum.
And Mangonel defending for Combito, again pushing the crossbows back. Oh no, Chart, don't take more Mangonel shots on your crossbows. You've been enjoying it? Well, thanks for watching. We've had a good amount of support with subs and stuff this month. So hopefully that keeps up. Hopefully we can keep growing the stream. This is definitely a period where January is a good month and we've had Red Bull, so it's definitely going to be higher than later in the year. But I'm happy with how things have gone so far.
Yay.
Anything else pushing the cross? Is there a demo? Oh, there's a demo. Yes, yes, Combito. Demo in the dock. Demo in the dock. You found it.
Si.
Hello, Exercept. Imperial Age on the way for Chart. And once he's there, he'll be able to start upgrading the Briton crossbows. Will outrange the Burgundian skirms by quite a bit. Well, outranges them now up to 9 range. And hopefully is better now against the Mangonels. He outranges them by 2, will outrange them by 3 with Bracer. So forward castle, a couple of workshops for Combito, who has the Burgundians with chemistry on the way, will likely go for a bombard cannon to advantage that 25% attack bonus. Yeah, I don't have any snoozes for the ad remaining, so apologies that you'll get an ad in 15 seconds. Again, the YouTube won't have ads if you want to tab over to that. So Arbalest and Chemistry on the way for Chart, as all the ranges are out here and forward. And now we just need somehow for that demo to connect with those Arbalests. But we'll have Chemistry and Scale Barding both on the way for Chart. Scale Barding is an interesting transition then. For someone who has no cav units and does not currently have a stable, there's the stable. And I guess that would be a light cav edition. Doc taking some arrow fire from the Arbs. This is AoE 2 when we were kids, destroying buildings with Briton archers. Two-man saw and scale barding armor both on the way. Chart's coming forward to try to wall in Combito. They're both rotating around the map with walls. We have around 5,000 more res collected for Combito. And the Treb now will come forward for Chart. Oh, what is this? It's Cavaliers. Cavaliers.
Mandatum.
Trebbing the dock.
Vos ordres.
Mangonels come forward to hit the TC. It's better Briton Cavaliers or Celt Paladins? Probably Celt Paladins. Britons also lack bloodlines. They just have the blacksmith techs. Celt Paladins don't have bloodlines either, but at least they are paladins. And okay, I was worried for a second there that Combito might make his own skirms, but he will fall back from that TC as the Arbalests come over. The Arbalests will start taking down some of the outposts that have been built all over the map. And in terms of relics, it is 3 relics for the Burgundians and 2 for the Britons. And Burgundian Paladins... What is this map? We're seeing Burgundian Paladins against British Cavaliers. British Cavaliers, you don't really see these outside of a campaign.
Yay.
The Arbs still running around. Have a gate coming up for Chart. I would, Harry, but my audio is messed up and I don't know if I'll actually be able to hear it properly. If I said at the beginning of the stream, for some reason Capture Rage ate all my VRAM, crashed my PC, and now after I've restarted it, I can't get my headphones to connect. So I need to debug this immediately afterwards. So forging on the way for chart. And it's going to be full upgrades for these Cavaliers? I'm interested in this now. Cavaliers will have to fight Paladins. Neither will have Bloodlines. It'll only be one upgrade different. But that's a pretty significant upgrade, Paladin. The odds of off-hours casts? Yeah, if I see something off-hours, I'm definitely going for it. It's good for me not to overlap other people. So Treb's attacking the castle. Castle taking 2 shots.
See.
And Mangonel's peppering the Cavaliers with Mangonel rocks. Paladin is in. That's 2 extra attack and an extra pierce armor. And 20 more or 40 more HP. Mangonel's out, but the Trebs are pushing for chart. Looking around the side, the Paladins are raiding. Paladins actually could try to go for a snipe on the Queen, now that I think about it. They will try to deny a castle. That castle should go up no matter what. But Skirms and Cannon pushing forward, pushing the Arbs, but the castle looks like it'll go down. These Trebs could maybe try to snipe the cannon. That's a lot of dead Skirms. And, oh, the Trebs hit the workshop instead of the cannon. I thought they would go for the cannon. Maybe they needed to. Is Werewolf in? No, Werewolf isn't in. Yeoman isn't in. No unique text for chart. Werewolf Trebs would have been nice for taking down the cannon. Mangonel goes down to the Arbs. Also going up for Combito.
Mandatum.
It's a nerf against cannon? No, the splash damage is great. You just have to make sure that you're targeting individual Trebs. But yeah, no Yeoman is hurts. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at the beauty of that patrol. Ah, that's a patrol I'm used to seeing. So Paladin raids, they will right-click the TC. No, the Vils were slaughtered there. So 30 Vil lead for Combito. Chart struggling to get to 200 pop again. That's the downside of Britons versus the Cav Civs. If you're not constantly fighting and forcing them to drop in population, it's hard to take pop-efficient fights when you don't have halbs. Or even when you do have halbs. Feels over? Hey, the Regicide's never over when there's a possibility of a snipe. And some more barracks coming forward. The Arbs hitting the Paladin. Paladin goes down. It's more over than a game on Stone Nothing. Harry's never gonna live that down. And alright. Cavaliers pushing the tower, but still just Briton Cavaliers. Squires and a Halb on the way. 2k score lead for Combito. And wait, the Paladins are in. Paladins are in. A lot of Arbs. Gunny Paladins don't really like fighting Arbs all that much, though, but they'll be forced back. That's a lot of Paladins. We're up to 42 Paladins and 29 cube. 26 Vils on gold. There isn't that much gold on the map. That's 1, 2, 3 gold secured by Combito. Still walled off on the side, walling the Arbs out. Paladins flooding everywhere. KD isn't looking too bad. He's only down, or Chart's only down by 20. And it is hard to finish off the Britons with all those Arbs. You look at the Paladin and say it's over. You can also look at the Paladin and say, hey, maybe that's a 1v1 over investment. There's Burgundian Vineyards for Combito. Chart starting to get to 200 pop, but the Arb's not that mobile, and he'll be pushed on the other side now by a few cannon and a Treb. Lots of idle Vils as the Paladins now wreak havoc on the eco. This castle hit by 4 cannon, Treb taking it down. And okay, this is starting to look over with this raid. That is a crazy good raid. And the castle, it will get repaired. Won't have enough repairs. Elves coming forward for the fight. Paladins will just have to brute force against the Halbs for the most part here. Grib stays up. And go for the castle. Vineyards and an extra relic. You still need gold if you want paladins. That castle's so close to going down, but it's being repaired. The cannon turned for the Yarbs. Maybe it's good to get rid of the Yarbs. Yeah, it is good to get rid of the Yarbs. Oh, there goes the Yarb mass for chart, dropping in population. Castle's about to go down, and there's the GG. So Combito does it. 2-1. Well done for Combito. And 221 kills to 187 losses for Combito. Well done, Burgundians on the map. More res. That fish boom started off a boom that lasted the whole game. So, congrats there to Combito. Let me just update our scoreboard. He will go up 2-1 and win that set. So, thank you all for watching, and hope you enjoyed the quick late night TTL casting. And I'll be back bright and early in the morning. The map looks like closed, but it's very open and needs mobility. That's why I don't like Britons here. It is a walled map, but there's no wood inside of your walls, so you have to move out. And the fish also encourage you to move out. So, Burgundians still feel good, but I don't think you'll see all the classic closed map civs like Turks or Bohemians on it. Well, there are other maps like Bypass or Coast Arena or Zimbabwe where you might see those civs anyway. But anyway, that'll be it for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow morning. I think it's 9 a.m. Eastern. Was it 14 GMT? Yeah, 14 GMT. Kapach versus Z40. If I get my audio working, I'll co-cast with the Jade Arrow. If I don't, we'll do that another time. So thanks for the cast. Well, thanks for watching. Hello, Mr. Baskets. I'm not staying live after this. Are you going live, Baskets? I could raid you. And Zero, thank you very much for the sub. Thank you for using your Prime sub. And I'll see if that appears. Hopefully the alert works. Yes, it does.
Welcome, Rodrigo. The tournament awaits only your arrival to begin.
Baskets is there. Oh, Baskets was fishing for someone to raid. He was fishing for someone to raid. So, let's see. Let's maybe send a raid then over to Ugly on Twitch. So we'll end the stream. Thank you for watching on YouTube again. Back on tomorrow. And I'll see you tomorrow.